Hey, crafters, crocheters, knitters, and yarn enthusiasts, especially yarn enthusiasts. You guys are going to be loving these videos the last couple weeks, right? Alright, so I'm still working on going through all my yarn bins, and this is the last bin that I had stored at my mom's house. And then after this video, we'll go back into all the stuff I had stored in my own shed and in my own house, okay? So, bin number 7 is Lion Brand Vanna's Choice. You know Vanna White, she does Wheel of Fortune. So Vanna's Choice. I've got some Red Heart in here. I've got some ice cream in here. Homespun. So let's just go with the Vanna for right now, okay? So all of this stuff from Vanna's Choice. And I might have some Vanna's Choice Baby, maybe. I'm not sure. So Vanna's Choice. There's Vanna's Face from Lion Brand, okay? These balls of yarn are 3.5 ounces, 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 170 yards, or 156 meters. Oh, did I say that backwards? 170 yards, 156 meters. Alright, the yarn is 100% acrylic. It is a number 4 medium weight, and it's a good yarn to work with. When you don't want the scratchiness of Red Heart Super Saver, and you want something that's soft and squishy, but still acrylic and still washable and can take a beating when you make a blanket for a baby or for dogs or cats, I would go with Vanna's Choice. Okay, it's a good acrylic yarn. Okay, I like it. And for a while there, my Joann's was having sales on the Lion Brand left and right, which is why I have so much of it. So what I'm going to do is, when I get done talking to you guys and I go back through this bin a second time, I'm going to pick out my favorite colors, and then the colors I'm not happy working with, like the darker reds and the darker blues, and sometimes gray is not my favorite color, that I will let them go. Those are the ones that I'll sell, and I'll keep the colors that make me happy. Alright, like this color, Pink Poodle. That is an awesome color, and I'm pretty sure that is Pink Poodle. I started using it somewhere else and ripped it out and did a thing. So, 2 balls of Pink Poodle, right? Those are good colors, but this one is even better. It's just called Pink, and I love this shade of pink. This rose pink, dusty pink, Victorian dusty rose pink. This one's my favorite. I might let those bright ones go and keep these. Okay? Alright. I didn't sort them by color when I took them out of the bin. Let's do the greens. Okay. I've got 3 shades of green here. 3 different shades of green. We've got pistachio, which I love the brighter shades of green. This one is called Radiant Lime, like that one, and Sweet Pea. So 3 different shades of green. So like if you're looking for color choices, Vanna's it's not bad. She's got some good color choices. And probably even more now than there was, 5 years ago. But look at those. Let's see, if I had to pick a favorite, I'd go with the Radiant Lime. Definitely not this shade of pistachio. It's too bright. But I like this one. And I do like the Sweet Pea. But this is my first pass through, so I'm not sure what I'm keeping and what I'm letting go of. Okay, so here's an example. It says Vanna's Choice, and then it says Baby. So it's still a number 4 medium weight. I think they were trying to do baby colors, or give them funny names, or trending names. This one's called Cheery Cherry. I have no idea if they still make this color or not. I used it somewhere for something because this is only a partial ball. But Vanna's Choice Baby. Cheery Cherry. Are these two the same? Yes, they are. Alright, this one is Cranberry. I know this one looks like it's all tangled up, but it's still new. It just, cats were probably playing with it. Again, the darker reds and the darker blues, not my favorite colors. I don't know why I keep buying them. They're not my favorite. So, I'll probably let those go. And now here's a red I do like. This is Brick Red. Brick Red usually has a lot of brown and black undertones. This is the kind of red I do like. I did use part of this ball somewhere. You can tell, but that's the one I like. And then I've got Sapphire Blue, which is pretty, but it's pretty. Okay, where were we before we were interrupted by my house phone? Sapphire Blue. It's a good color. I like it. This one is Colonial Blue. And it's been partially used. Alright, I've got one orange color. It's called Terracotta. I do like this one. Doesn't match any of the other colors I have. Don't know why I bought one ball of terracotta, but I like it. Okay, let's see. Pink Grapefruit. I only paid $2 for that. It was on sale. Pink Grapefruit. What? I like that shade of pink. I like that one. Again, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. So the only yellow I have is called Ducky. Okay, this color, I have bought multiple balls of this color over the years. And then I've tried to find it in other yarn companies to see if any of them even come close to this shade of yellow. I love Ducky Yellow. It is my favorite color. One of my favorite colors. I have a lot of favorite colors, but that's okay. Anyway, Vanna's Choice from Lion Brand, Ducky. And I love it. And I know I'm keeping that one because I use it in everything, if I can. We've got two balls of, oh, this is still, is it Aqua? No, those are two different shades. Oh my goodness. Why do they look like they're two different shades? It's the lighting in my house. I swear one looked darker than the other when I picked it up. But no, they're the same. I'm sorry. Two balls of Aqua, and this is a pretty color. I do like this blue. Well, it goes well with that pink grapefruit. Ooh, those three right there? Yeah, alright. Maybe that's what I was doing? Trying to put some brights together? Yeah, probably. I was probably trying to put some brights together. So, Ducky, Aqua, Pistachio, and Pink Grapefruit. Yeah, those are good together. Now, I don't know if I'm keeping all of these. Well, except for the Ducky. I know that. Don't know if I'm keeping all these. I will go through them and pick out my favorite colors. Are these three the same? It's called Fisherman, which is a creamy, beige, soft white, off-white kind of color. Ah, these two are Fisherman, which I like them. And then this one is called Lamb. So it's lighter in color. It's more creamy based, while this one is more beige based. Okay? But I do like my creamy colors. And then we've got Pearl Mist. Is that what they all are? Nope. Okay, I've got 2 balls of pearl mist. Okay, it's kind of like gray and beige, but the way they twisted it up, it's kind of heathered. Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad color. It's so subtle though. So it's called Pearl Mist. I like it. And then these 2 are called Linen, which they are definitely a mix between gray and beige. I think more on the gray side than the beige side. But, so that is all of my Vanna's Choice, and some of it is Vanna's Choice Baby. Now, I know I have more of Vanna's yarns somewhere in my stash and here in the house, in my bins that were in my shed. So, you know, now that I've done a video for these, I can go find the others and get them all together and decide what I'm going to keep and what I'm going to let go of. Okay? See? Still have all that to do. Alright, so I have some Red Heart Super Sport. It's 5 ounces, 100% acrylic. This is old stuff. Yeah, that date stamp on there says like 1994. I found it at my thrift store for $2 and I couldn't leave it there. It's baby pink. It is... they call it sport weight. They call it 3-ply. Where would it be on today's yarn chart, huh? It's somewhere between a number 2 and a number 3 for the yarn weight. A heavy 2 and a light 3, maybe. So, Red Heart Super Sport. Baby pink. I'm going to see if I have yarn that is similar to its weight and put it together and then go from there, because it's probably like the only ball of this I have. Oh yeah, these I must have found all these at the same thrift store. This is called TLC Essentials. I spent $2 on it. It's from Red Heart. It is white, 100% acrylic. They call it worsted weight 4-ply. So, alright, so now number 4. And look how old this label is. With the cat on there with the yarn. I spent $2 on it because I always need a number 4 worsted weight white, you know? And then these are Red Heart Baby Sport. I've got 2 of them. Okay, Red Heart Baby Sport. This is 7 ounces, 100% acrylic. The color is white, and they call it sport weight, 3-ply. So what we now call a number 3 light, medium, or you crafters in the UK, you call it DK weight. This used to be called sport weight way back in the day, but now they're using the word sport weight for number 2. So, I mean, our yarn charts have changed since the 80s, and then in the 90s, and the 2000s, and the 2010s, and the 2020s. Yarn weights, the charts, they change over time. The wording, the phrasing, the terminology. So, it is a number 3. I spent $2 on it. It's good for when you're making baby blankets and you need just a plain old basic neutral white. So, I have 2 skeins of it. This one is a little damaged. But that's okay. I will just, like, some of this is all stringy. I'll just unwrap this and cut out the bad part and keep the rest of it. Well, I mean, keep it. I don't know if I'm keeping it or selling it, but I'll cut off the bad parts, and then if I am selling it, I will disclose it in my listing, you know? Okay. Ooh. How about we do some sparkly yarn? Look at that. It's, red, that is gradient. It goes from a darker red into a lighter red. It almost makes it look like it's pink, with some silver thread in there to make it sparkly, right? Christmas vibes for sure, all around. I bought it at AC Moore. It was $10. It was 50% off. So it is Stitch Studio by Nicole, which was a store brand for AC Moore. That is no longer in business. It is Soiree. And its color is Cardinal. Let's see if I can show you the label. So this stuff would be hard to come by. So unless people bought it up and put it in their stash and now selling it on the internet, this would be very hard to come by. If I do make anything with this, it would have to be very, 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 very small, because that's all there is. I'll take a look at eBay and see if other people have it listed, see if it's selling, because maybe there's somebody out there who needs this because they bought some but didn't buy enough. Maybe I'll do that, because I don't have any plans for it. Let's stick my label back in there. Alright, so you know Lion Brand created a line of yarn called Heartland. And I like the Heartland yarn. It's very heathered in look, you know, and I like it. And for a while there I was collecting all the colors. Since then, my mom has taken them because she needed them for a project, which is fine, you know. So the whole point of having yarn is sharing it with everybody else, right? So Lion Brand Heartland. So I guess my mom didn't need this color. It's called Yosemite, which is very orange and brown. It's a nice color, and it's a good yarn. I've used it in other projects. It's a number 4 medium weight. It's 100% acrylic. It's a good yarn. I like it. So this is a 5-ounce ball, 142 grams, 251 yards, or 230 meters. And I do like that color. I have no use for it, so it'll be in my pile to be sold. And I have no use for it. Okay. Now this stuff, I know I'm getting rid of all this. This is called Homespun. Lion Brand Homespun. Do you remember a couple years ago when everybody loved this stuff? Me included, because I actually have a scarf made out of some leftovers. So, Lion Brand Homespun, it is this boucle type of spin to the yarn. It's got texture, it's fuzzy, it's a nightmare to work with. The fibers split constantly because it's 98% acrylic and 2% polyester, and that polyester makes it split all the time. It is a number 5 bulky. This is 6 ounces, and when they were selling it, they were charging an arm and a leg for it. So I have some. This is Montana Sky, brand new, right? Candy Apple Red. This is an older one called Colonial. As you can see by the label. See how old that is? This one is Edwardian, which is a grayish kind of color. And then these are leftovers. This is the blue. This is a light blue. It is called Delft, but it's leftovers. Another blue that's left over. Some purple that's left over. And some Edwardian. This, I am letting all of this go. If I can't sell it, I will throw it away because I can't stand it. So I worked with it for a couple months. I even made 2 blankets out of it. One of those blankets is still in my house because one of my kids had absconded with it and took it, and they love it. Me? Nope. Not at all. Okay, now let's get to the fun stuff. Okay. Am I still in frame? I love this yarn. They still make it today. They have new colors. They have old colors. I love it, and I'm not getting rid of it. I will hold on to it forever and ever and ever. And hopefully I'll make something with it. It's called Lion Brand Ice Cream. Okay, Lion Brand Ice Cream. There's a baby on a blanket, because you know they put patterns on the labels. Does anybody ever use those patterns on the labels? I never do. I never use any of the patterns on the labels. 100% acrylic, and it is a brushed acrylic. It's brushed, and it's soft. Ah, it's awesome. 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 394 yards, 360 meters. It is a number 2 fine. See, they call it fine. Back in the day, it used to be called sport weight. Now it's called fine. This stuff is beautiful to work with. This color is Cookies and Cream. According to my post-it, I should have 3 of them, but I actually have 4 of them sitting here in front of me. I wonder if I wound up with one from a different dye lot. Yes, it looks like I have one that's a different dye lot. You gotta be careful when you're buying yarn with color. Alright, so Cookies and Cream, which is its gradient, goes from a darker shade of gray into a lighter shade of gray to the lightest and into white. Alright, so I have 3 of the Cookies and Cream that are the same dye lot. This dye lot is a little different. I think it's a little darker. But still, Cookies and Cream. This is not all that I have of the Lion Brand ice cream yarn. You guys know, couple videos back, a couple weeks ago, I had Lion Brand ice cream yarn, and I was looking to find the rest of it. Turns out it was at my mom's. So, there's 4 of them of Cookies and Cream, and I love them. I actually made a blanket out of the Cookies and Cream, and it's in my pile of blankets to do videos about. Now that I have all the yarn together. This one is called Strawberry. These pinks and these whites. I love them. You're so pretty, right? Okay, and this one is Mint. So, shades of green. Minty green. Going into white. Oh, I love that too. I bought this in 2018. Not all of my post-its have dates on them. Sometimes they just have the store and the dollar amount. But sometimes I'll write down when I bought it. I think this is when they first came out with the mint color. And then there's this one. What did they call this? Tutti Frutti. It's got pink, well, a medium shade of pink, lighter shade of pink, yellow, and blue that go into white. Tutti Frutti. You might love that one. Because I do have pink and white somewhere else. I have the blue and white somewhere else. The gray and white, which is Cookies and Cream. And then I have all the ice cream sprinkles where it's white and it's got the specks of color in it. So I'm going to get all of these together and come up with some kick-ass project for them. Alright, so that is the end of yarn bin number 7 that was stashed at my mom's house. And that should be the last of my yarn stash from mom's. So my next video, we should go right back into working on the stuff that I had in my shed that I had to take out because there is a leak in the roof in my shed. And then I got a whole family of squirrels living in there, and squirrels love to hang out in the yarn. Okay, so that's 4 videos in one day, so that gives me 4 weeks of videos, okay? Sorry, I had to take a minute to get my thoughts in order. When I'm done with these bins of yarn, I actually sit and go through them a second time and then a third time. Sometimes the second time I just do it by myself, and then the third time I do it with my husband. But I think I'm going to skip that third time and try to get it done on the second time, so I don't have to keep handling this yarn over and over and over again because I cannot make up my mind on what I want to do with it. I sit with my husband and he helps keep me on track when he says, Jenny, remember, you don't like the darker reds. You don't like the darker blues. You really don't like those forest shades of green, okay? So it's okay to let it go. And I love my husband dearly, and I'm so glad he's here with me to help me with this, because he doesn't mind that I did all this shopping to begin with, because he's seen my blankets over the years. I make beautiful blankets, and he loves them, and he knows how creative I can be. He also knows how fast my mind goes, but he's been such wonderful support when I'm going through this. And he says, I know that it's hard. He goes, I know you spent money on it and you feel bad about it, and you shouldn't, because it has done its job. It made you happy. It's not making you happy now. So what can we do to make you happy now? And I'm like, well, I want to get rid of it. I want to get. And he's like, well, how much do you want to get rid of? I'm like, half. And he's like, I think half is a good number. Let's work on just getting rid of half. And if everything that's left over still makes you extremely happy, then it's okay to keep it and work on it at your pace. And I love my husband dearly. He is wonderful, and he's been such a rock for me, such support for me through all of this. He's wonderful. So, like, with all these bins that I just did these last couple weeks, I will sit and go through them a second time with my husband to help me narrow down what I really want to keep and what I'm willing to let go of. And then he helps me with taking pictures and listing them at eBay. Anytime after any of these videos go live, hopefully I have the eBay listings up. You will just have to keep checking. I don't have an eBay storefront. I don't have a store name. I'm just a single individual personal seller. My username at eBay is Larkinville5, because my last name is Larkin. I live in a village. There are 5 of us in the house. Larkinville5. And a profile picture is me and my husband doing a selfie, being totally stupid. Okay? So thank you guys for hanging out with me while I do all this, and thank you for understanding that I did 4 videos in one day, although you take you 4 weeks to see them all. I'm hoping that in between these videos on Wednesdays that I'm still coming at you on Sundays with blanket videos, because my blanket pile, it's I've made somewhere between 50 and 70 blankets in the last 5 years, and they're still sitting in a pile too. I had to slow down a little bit because I did a crochet along. It was impromptu, and I totally enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to another one. Yeah, I think I'm planning out my next crochet along. I think I might go a little easy on you guys and wait till January to start it. But look for that. I'm going to be picking one of my other patterns that I've done and make another blanket along with you guys. So, thank you for being here. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it. Leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you guys with the next yarn bin. Bye!